Has anybody heard of the Professor Layton games? No? Okay, well, basically, from what I've heard, they're puzzle-solving games where you're supposed to solve mysteries. And in my case, this is a spin-off from the same people, but it's detectives. And I absolutely love this game. I have watched people play it, I haven't played it myself. It's also been a while, so I probably don't remember all the answers, but part of why I wanted to stream this game is because I absolutely, I want to voice act. I get to voice act in this game. I get to do silly voices, and I really want to, I may switch over because it's really hard for me to hear the music. It's very quiet right now. And I don't know if it's quiet for you guys, because this music, the soundtrack is great. It's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. So I really like it. So I want you guys to be able to hear it too. Anyways, I think we've just about reached 10 minutes if I'm doing my... Yeah, we've passed 10 minutes, so let's get this started. And for lack of spoilers, we're gonna pick case 1. The music in this game is great. Four years, and it still smarts. The heavens opened down that night, and I couldn't read it fast enough. The fateful night when I lost my way, when he killed me. I'm gonna be embarrassingly laughing at this game because I love it. Detective Constable Baker, are you paying attention? Sorry, Deputy Commissioner. I'm gonna be so embarrassed at first, guys. I'm not used to doing my silly voices in front of people. I can do this. I were miles away. It was such a nice day out there. I couldn't help gazing out the window. This takes place in Britain, so I'm gonna do, at least with Lucy, because that's her name, Lucy Baker. I'm gonna be doing an accent for her. Probably won't do an accent for anybody else except her. All this sunshine must be a good omen on my first day, don't you think? It makes no difference to anything. Maybe if you'd seen a lucky red bat. Anyways, look. Don't forget you've been assigned to what can only be described as a back office. I wouldn't at all be surprised if you closed down tomorrow, quite frankly. Yes, he angry, short Dora the Explorer with a mustache. He does look like Dora the Explorer with a mustache. Voices. But it's where all the other cases that no one can solve get sent, isn't it? Dora Stalin! Where the real stinkers get cracked. There we go. I'm getting into her voice. Quite so, Detective Constable Baker. Don't let Deputy Commissioner Chan pull you off. Deputy Commissioner Chan. I'm sure you'll do very well there. Thank you, Commissioner. You'll have to work hard to prove yourself, Baker, considering your performance up till now. Now, I know I did particularly bad in my exams, but that's just because I had bad Balti the night before. Don't worry, DC Baker. I've put you with a very special inspector. He won't let you put a foot wrong. Sorry, my screen is cracked. I'm gonna struggle to read some stuff. And there's not an officer in the force who can match his powers of deduction. Really? I'll be working with someone that good, eh? I can't get into her voice. I'm trying, but I can't. Oh yes, he's exceptional. In fact, I doubt there's a mystery he couldn't solve if he put his mind to it. That's grand. I'll get to cracking then and introduce myself right away. Are you sure about this, Commissioner? He's so unstable. You could be putting her in danger. I'm fangirling too much at this game. I really like it. We just have to have faith. For all his faults, I still believe in Elfendi Layton. I have the biggest grin on my face right now. I have the biggest possible grin on my face. So that was the prologue, and because that was really short, we're gonna go into case 1. I shouldn't be freaking out as much as I am. Do. I need to calm down. I'm dead sorry I'm late. I'm the new... Oh, where is everyone? Well, seeing as I've got the place to myself, I might as well have a practice. The true culprit of the crime is you! Unlikely deduction, I must say. No, I'm... Who are you? I gotta pick a good voice for him. Guys. Lucy. Baker. Lucy Baker. I've just been assigned to this office. I'm really getting to Lucy's voice now. I'm happy. I'm getting the voice. I'm pleased. I'm very nervous, if anybody couldn't tell. Okay. Yes. I do seem to recall reading some memo about a new assistant the other day. That's me. Pleased to meet you. I don't think I caught your name. Oh, yes. Sorry. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? There we go. It's deepening. I'm Elfendi Layton, Inspector Layton around here. But please, don't feel obligated to stick to formalities when you address me. Oh, well then, seeing as you'll be showing me the ropes and whatnot, how about I call you Prof? I'm not entirely sure that's appropriate. Certainly my father, who is an actual university professor, would not approve. Well, didn't you say there's no need to stick to formalities, did you? Didn't you? Prof it is, then. Just bear in mind that I haven't yet decided if this will be a permanent position for you or not. A rather interesting new case has just cropped up as it happens. The perfect opportunity to prove yourself. And that's how I got started working with the Prof. The first case were at a hotel in a popular seaside town. A young lass was killed on the balcony of her room. There were 3 suspects. I thought a lot of them were dead sus, to be honest. But the Prof somehow seemed to know who'd done it from the start. And the key to solving that whole thing were in that sandwich. File number 1, the hand sandwich. Dead sus. Dead sus. Lucy is very British. Lucy is very, very British. Let me talk... this is his voice. Let me talk you through the case. It happened just about a few days ago, on a hotel in a very busy holiday resort. I need to slow down with my reading. That's a swanky-looking place. Yes, it's a 5-star hotel with a wonderful sea view. 12 people were killed. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it was also the scene of a murder. Oh, a murder, eh? I warn you, this game has very punny names. It's so dumb. Yes, so dumb. Yes, the victim was a woman by the name of Sandy Aldrich. Sandwich. Her name is Sandwich. Sandy Aldrich, victim, 23, female, murdered while on holiday with lover. A well-off and well-to-do young woman whose immaculate appearance belied a checkered history with the opposite sex. Oh my. Oh my. Though she has stayed on the hotel alone on several prior occasions, this time she was with her lover. On the afternoon in question, Miss Aldrich contacted room service to order a sandwich. It's so dumb. It was the bellboy, a Mr. Zach Carrier, who brought the order into the room. He's the first suspect. At Ms. Aldrich's request, I can't read. Why did I choose a game where I need to read? I can't read today. At Miss Aldrich's request, he took it out to her on the terrace. I got through the sentence. After Carrier left the room, a man claiming to be Miss Aldrich's lover turned up. Claiming to be? Yes. This is where it gets a little complicated. You see, yeah, I like this voice a little better. I'm trying to go for something like the Doctor from Doctor Who. You see, the man who turned up at the hotel that day stubbornly refuses to identify himself. This is better. This feels more like him. Sounds pretty guilty if you ask me. He let himself in using a card that she'd sent him. So, he never saw or spoke to the victim in the room then? If you believe his statement, yes, that's what he's saying. I don't know. Withholding his identity, that's dead fishy. Yes. Anyway, thank you. Yes. Anyway, let me tell you the rest. The supposed lover of Aldrich put the "Please make up my room" sign on the door handle as he left. This brings us to the next suspect, a hotel cleaner who saw the sign and went in to clean the room. Her name is Vera Wisposki. She started to clean the room as normal. At some point, he drew the closet curtains back and noticed that Aldrich was outside on the terrace. Seeing her slumped over at the table, it seems Wisposki thought that Aldrich had just fallen asleep. But sadly, that wasn't the case. She'd been strangled to death. And she lay there with one hand inside the sandwich she'd ordered. A hand sandwich? Yes, Aldrich's hand had been sandwiched between two slices of bread, along with the other fillings. Whatever could that mean? If you manage to work that out, you'll pass my test. Oh, well, I'll do my best. Good, right. Now let's see what we have on the suspects so far. Okay, I'm all ears. I can't keep their voices consistent. As I've said, we're looking for 3 possible suspects. Firstly, the mystery man who claims to have been the victim's lover. The victim's lover. Suspect, age unknown. Male. No ID, but claims to be the victim's lover. A man present at the hotel on the day of the murder. He says he's Aldrich's lover, but that remains to be proved. Rude, but well presented. He does admit to having been in the room at around the time of the murder. However, he claims he never saw or spoke to her. Do you think she was someone else? Do you think she was somewhere else then? Either that, or she was simply on the terrace and he didn't notice. It seems the curtains were closed when he came into the room. I've already confirmed that it's impossible to see anything on the terrace with the curtains shut. Still, you'd think he'd figure it out. I mean, you know, wouldn't you? If you were lovers. Have you... I don't think just because you're lovers, that means you exactly know where the person would... Like, she'd obviously be out on the terrace. I don't think that's quite how it works. Okay, then. Sure, Lucy. And if he won't tell us his name, come on, do we really have to look into him any further? It were him. It were him. Clearly. Let's just move on to the next suspect, shall we? Before making any rash decisions. So, the bellboy, Zach Carrier. He's the one, oh my god. I can't read today. He's the one who brought the sandwich the victim had ordered to her room. Zach Carrier, suspect, 19, male. A bellboy at the hotel. An efficient and diligent worker, well trusted by his employees. In truth, he is a clean freak and a narcissist who spends hours in front of the mirror. Okay. And this Carrier fella, he saw this Aldrich when she were alive, didn't he? If you believe his statement, then yes, he's the last person to have seen the victim alive. I'd say that's worth double checking then, eh? Finally, the last suspect is the cleaner, Vera Wispotsky. Vera Wispotsky, suspect. Age 51, female, a cleaner at the hotel. Hotel cleaner and mother of 10, considered by all who know her to be an absolute rock. However, she worries that her husband may be having an affair while working away. She saw the service request sign on the door and entered the room to clean it, then discovered the body. I can't speak today, guys. The one who discovered the body, eh? Fishy. And that's everyone who's under suspicion. Instructions. Tap check files at the top right to pursue all the files with info on the case you've gleaned so far. The most intriguing thing about all this case is, of course, why Aldrich's hand ended up in the sandwich. Aye, that son is a right-brain teaser, no mistake. Obviously, it couldn't have happened just by chance. It clearly has some meaning. Okay, I follow you. I'll be sure to have a good look into the sandwich. We bolded the sandwich. We want to make sure that you, as the player, clearly understand that the sandwich is important. So much so that we even name our victim Sandy Aldrich, which is sandwich. I like this game, but So, now that you have all the information, who do you think the culprit is? Just off the top of my head, you mean? Hadn't I better take a look at the crime scene and all that stuff first? Come on, Professor. Come on, Prof. I'm new to this. The crime scene's available for your inspection just over there. Over there? How do you mean? Have a look. By heck, Prof, what's this? This is the reconstruction device. It faithfully reproduces any crime scene right down to the minuet. It completely eliminates any need to leave the office and travel to the real scene of the crime. Okay. So you're a shut-in. So you don't want to leave the house. I'm not targeted. No, I'm not shut-in. I had no idea modern policing was so advanced. Well, Actually, you won't find a machine like this anywhere else. It's one of a kind. So, shall we get down to the actual investigative business now? I'm expecting a visitor soon, so I'll limit you to 5 minutes, I think. What? Just 5 minutes? Don't worry, Lucy. I'm well aware it's hard for you to determine the culprit based on your current knowledge of the case. Why don't you tell me what your gut instinct is, first of all? Who do you feel like the criminal is? Listening to your hunches is a vital part of the process. After all, we'll start making some deductions. After that, we'll start making some deductions. Understood, Prof. Okay. Zoom. Okay. When you're ready to say who you think committed the crime, name the crime. Once the timer hits 0, you must stop investigating the crime scene and say who you think is guilty. Hey, I'm curious, chat. Do you guys have any suspicions? Because I know who did it, but I want to see what you guys think. Menuing. The dead body of Sandy Aldrich. The cause of death is posterior strangulation with a long, thin strap-like object. We definitely got to put the table into evidence. A round table made of wood. Though simple in construction, it is well made and sturdy. A breaded and fried fish fillet of white fish that's covered in pickle juice. Originally part of the sandwich, but removed for some unknown reason. Anybody have any predictions on who they think it is? A glass of juice made from a bountiful assortment of tropical fruits. There's no indication that Aldrich drank any of it. Carrier's fingerprints are on the glass. How dare it make me thirsty? How dare. That fruit juice actually looks really good. I actually really want that fruit juice. An extremely full double fish sandwich. One of the hotel's popular specialties. Not a single bite has been taken from it, however. That's everything. Oh, hello. A copy of the receipt for the sandwich and juice. It's signed Bosco Phelps, but the handwriting is Aldwich's. Okay. A deck chair designed for lounging in the sunshine. It reclines and is fully adjustable. A large, full-height window that offers an uninterrupted view of the coastline. It was unlocked at the time and has Aldwich's, Carrier's, and Wisposki's fingerprints on it. But yeah, those are all the people that went out on the balcony. Blackout curtains that block out all daylight. When they are closed, it is impossible to see onto the terrace from within the room. No. I feel like 5 minutes is really generous. They want me to feel rushed. I don't feel rushed. A potted plant that gives the area something of a Mediterranean feel. A few of the leaves are wilting. I don't understand how the potted plant gives it a Mediterranean feel. Oh, hello. A high-quality tie made of silk. It is crumpled and creased, showing signs of having been pulled very tightly. I'm guessing that's the murder weapon. That's probably the murder weapon. Oh, I've examined... I've examined everything I can. So I guess, chat, do you know who the culprit is? I mean, my instinct is to say, literally, there's maybe 2 culprits. That makes sense? Nope, we just got a quiet chat. Okay. I'm gonna name the culprit. So, let's hear who you think is the most suspicious. So not her. I don't think it's her at all. There was nothing incriminating her whatsoever. He's still wearing his tie in the picture. But the only person who has a story where they actually... I'm thinking. Oh, wait, I can actually get their statements. Yeah, that's true. Yes, I went into the room, but I had no idea Sandy was out of the Terrace. How could I? The curtains were drawn shut. I didn't realize I could look at their statements. Actually, when I entered the room, there was a strong smell of scent. It wasn't Sandy's perfume, it was the aftershave that bellboy I passed in the corridor wears. I left and hung up the "please make up my room" sign on the handle as I went. It was an absolute pigsty in there. Oh, he's French. Mademoiselle Aldrich had called the room servant. She wanted to eat on the terrace, so I took her food out onto the table there and immediately left the room. When I was delivering her order, Mademoiselle Aldrich and I spoke. She shares my passion for crime fiction. We had a lively conversation on the topic. And then Vera, I only cleaned the room, that's all. The sign was on the door. All the doors lock automatically when they close. But I have a master key, you see? Is that what makes her suspicious, is that she can literally get into the room? She's really not suspicious. I don't understand why she's a suspect. She just found the body, that's it. I opened the curtains while I was cleaning the room, and there was a young girl out on the terrace. I was surprised, so I called out to her, but she's dead. So the tie leads me to be suspicious of the victim's lover, but also Zach was the only one in his story to have ever interacted with her? I don't know. I don't want to pick. The lover is Zach Carrier. Cause his story lines up with hers, but I guess I'm gonna... I guess evidence that we have so far points to him. I see, and what's your reasoning? Well, the fellow won't even tell us his name, for goodness sake. That's dead sus. That's not the reason why, though. I mean, what else isn't he telling us, eh? Yes, very clearly there's more to this man, whoever he is, than meets the eye. But that alone isn't enough to prove anything. No, I suppose not. Is that the game's way of telling us that he's not the culprit? Do you have a better idea then, Broth? Who do you think it is? Oh yes, certainly. According to my deductions, I'm 97.6% sure. 97.6% sure of the killer's identity. I'm shocked you worked it up to 1 decimal place. You only worked to 1 decimal place? I'm shocked. The fact is, it's an unusually simple case. I've been able to ascertain almost exactly what happened on the day of the incident. Nevertheless, there's a 2.4 window of uncertainty which cannot be ignored. Because of that helpful fellow that won't tell us his name, is it? Naturally, that's one area of uncertainty, yes. So we're the nameless wonder after all, eh? There's been alarm bells ringing in my head ever since you said you were claiming to be the lass's boyfriend. Aye, this were a crime of passion.